All right, everybody. Hello, hello. Dr. Lakeisha McKnight is here with you again. Welcome to Secure the Bag. I'm here with my co-host, none other than
Mr. Matthew Taylor, your tailor-made wealth gardener, running your multi-millionaire. What's going on, everybody?
yes, indeed. We are here, everyone, and we just pray that you had an amazing holiday. Yep, because as we're doing this particular video here, and we're live. It's November the 26th, so this is the holiday weekend, and the reason why we're bringing this up, you're going to soon realize, is that we're here for a wealth discussion. We call it, this is a discussion, a wealth discussion. Secure the bag, and we want to give you a little bit, just a little snippet as to how this came about. I think it's important, especially if you're new, right? This is your first time watching this. We're going to do maybe take a minute or two to share with you how this wealth discussion of Secure the Bag came about. So, Mr. Taylor, why don't you do a little bit of a recap, and then we'll just dive right on into our topic.
All right, so Secure the Bag a few years ago, I want to say a few years, I think it's been like a year and some change.
Yeah.
And literally, we were given a presentation about a wealth building opportunity to some folks, and especially for geared towards the younger folks at the time. And so it ended up blossoming into a presentation, then a dialogue, and literally we just kept it going. And this is not a presentation, but it's a conversation because, as Dr. Mama Golden says, conversations create cash flow. And so we have conversations. We talk about securing your bag. We're talking about wealth, freedom, finance, whatever your dream is, your goals. You have to have a platform. You have to have platforms that allow you to be able to build wealth, build capital, to get to freedom. Right? So many people talk about they have a dream, they don't have an idea or a platform to fund the dream. Right. So what's the dream if you can't fund it? What good is a dream if it's bankrupt? Because you ain't got enough belief to fill it up. So this is the place where you can get the freedom that you need, get the belief that you need to go ahead and, if you have a dream, if you have a goal, if you have a vision for yourself, this is how we do it. And this is what Secure the Bag is all about.
Absolutely. So listen, so we do come here, we connect, we do this live. So some of you may actually catch this as a replay, which is absolutely okay. But we go live every Sunday around 6:30. Okay. The goal is 6, but around 6:30, we're noticing that to be the commonality point. But we come here and we want to just share with you some great content as far as what we're doing, how we're building wealth. Now, if you don't know who I am, just to do a little quick introduction, because I know it's important to connect in that way. I'm a mom of 2 children. I'm a wife of an Army veteran of over 17 years. And my husband, he was doing this thing many years ago with the JOB, right? And myself being involved as a community life coach, as well as a John Maxwell team speaker, trainer, and coach. So I would travel to different places, empowering women and training leaders, training students in the area of leadership building. And so what I began to understand is that, something needed to change. I wanted to be more present with my husband, with my kids, and we needed a better way to make more money, to put our money to work for us. That's really what we needed. And so that's when I connected with my cousin, Mr. Taylor. Yes, he's my cousin. And I began to receive mentorship from the late Dr. Ty Best and Mrs. Valerie Best. And it was because of those connections, my husband and I, we began to understand more about what money truly is, how to truly grow our money, right? How to make more money from the comfort of our home so that we can truly, build and strengthen our relationship. And we began to do that. We become very successful in doing that, and then being able to help others to do the same. So we've been a part of this space, this new digital era, that involves cryptocurrency, that involves the blockchain space for now. What has it been about? About 6, 7 years. It's been a minute, y'all. It's been a whole minute that we've been in this wealth building / cryptocurrency space. And so it's been a blast, been learning, and we're learning more every day. We don't claim to be the expert, but we have a wealth of knowledge in this particular space. How about you, Mr. Taylor?
So, the notion that it takes 10,000 hours to master something and 20,000 to become a legend. For those that don't know, I used to be a financial advisor. I was in corporate America. I've been in doing business and things like that since 2012. Starting as a traditional life insurance, then work my way to getting Series 6 and 63 license and all that stuff. So I'm familiar with finances, familiar with financial literacy, all those type of things. And in fact, what I do nowadays is I teach, especially teach young people and empower young people about financial literacy, how important it is, different moves that they can make. And so this whole reason why we're here is to educate and empower the next generation of wealth builders, leaders, and entrepreneurs. Because at the end of the day, we want to see you win, we want to see you succeed. But in order to do that, you got to have this mind, right? You got to change your mindset when it comes to money. You got to change your mindset when it comes to how you think about building wealth, how you think about, like I said, getting to those dreams and goals that you have, and having a vehicle to be able to get that. Because if you don't have the tools to build the house that you're trying to build financially, you will sit there with a dream and wonder why you never have anything to live in, honestly, when it comes to finances. So yeah.
Absolutely. So that's what we're here. We're here to really just impart knowledge and really have a conversation. We're having a conversation about money. A lot of families, let's just be real, especially during this holiday season, we don't really get back to that point where we're sitting at the table and finding out what's going on in each other's lives, and when you come together, whether it's for a family reunion or for a holiday, you really want to tap in and find out how things has been going over the course of the year. Right? That's really the whole goal. How has things been in your life over the past year? Now that we're here again together, especially if you have family who came in from out of town and different places for the holiday. It's really the time to tap in. And so we need to have more of these conversations, and especially during the holidays. And this is the reason why we're here today with this theme today. And so, Mr. Taylor, what is the theme so that they'll understand the connection between why I just mentioned what I said?
So we're talking about the gift that keeps on giving. And, while you were talking, Dr. Knight, your language determines your level. And if you don't have the right types of language, right, if you're not talking about wealth, if you're not talking about, going to the next level financially, then what are you talking about? What kind of table talk conversation you having? There's so many people that can run the stats on football games, on football players, and what's happening in basketball, all that. I love sports. I play sports. I was an athlete in high school. However, my focus is not on people who are already living their dreams. They're already making millions of dollars, and they're making even more because you're watching it.
Right.
I'm not focused on the name on the back of your own jersey rather than wearing somebody else's. Because sometimes I get sick and tired of people wearing somebody else's name rather than worrying about their own name. And that's where I am. I don't say that to a lot of people, but that's it. I be like, I could care less about what's going on when it comes to the sports. I like watching it. However, if I had to choose all day long, I'm about making money. I'm about securing this bag.
Come on.
If you don't pay attention to what's going on and the world is changing, things are happening overseas. We're here in America, but there are people that are struggling financially in other parts of the world. There are things and situations happening where people are destitute, wars happening, famines happening. If you're not constantly having your money move where it's not moving in the flow towards you, it's flowing to somebody else. It's flowing towards other entities, right? It can be flowing towards certain wars and stuff like that. So you've got to be very strategic, because guess what? Finances is warfare.
Yeah.
It's spiritual warfare. It's stuff you don't see, but everything that you do financially, from even from a gardening aspect, the places with that you're planting your financial seeds, you're gonna reap what you sow. But if you're sowing lack and limitation, that's what you're gonna get. So we're talking about a gift that keeps on giving, and we're saying that is it's the assets, right? Assets is the gift that keeps on giving. If you have assets that produce, right? What are they producing, Dr. Knight? What kind of assets are we talking about producing? What are we talking about?
Well, first, understand, everyone, an asset is something that's supposed to bring money into your pocket. Okay, it's supposed to be able to increase in value and be able to bring more money into your household, into your business. It's supposed to bring money to you. And so you got to understand the difference between that asset and a liability. Liability suck money away from you, like it repels it from you. So you want to be able to acquire more assets versus liabilities. And there are there's many different asset classes out there. And depending on the ones that you get connected to, they're going to grow faster. They're going to produce faster. They're going to be able to bring in more income, or I should say, some people say more cash flow for you. So you can be thinking about the traditional way of getting involved with assets like real estate, right? And with real estate, there's different categories you can get involved in when it comes to building wealth through real estate or acquiring real estate as an asset, because you can have the traditional sense of real estate of having the physical property and leasing or renting it out so that, you know, those who are paying for rent, right, can allow you to have that extra cash flow coming in. You can have a duplex where you're living in one side of it and then you're renting out the other side. Okay. And that can be a steady cash flow point for you. But then there is the new digital era that we're a part of. Okay. And with the new digital era, you don't necessarily have to have a physical property, but you can have digital real estate. Okay. Digital real estate. Yeah. I know you're scratching your head like, yeah. If you all have not heard about it, we're in this new digital era. It's involving the blockchain. It's involving the metaverse space. Yes, the metaverse. Now, I know you're probably saying, if you're new to this whole cryptocurrency space, what are you talking about metaverse? I want you to think about it like a platform where it's not reality, but this made up space, this virtual space can impact positively your reality.
Think about Sims. We all grew up on Sims. Like
Sims, yeah, absolutely. You know? This made up world.
and this made up world actually brings in revenue for you.
Right.
Potentially. Like there are places and spaces, and we're not talking about the Facebook meta either, where you can be a part of systems, a part of smart contracts, as Dr. McKnight said, that allows you to participate in different ventures inside of the world, whether it's land, whether it's real estate, whether it's certificates, as we've talked about, right? These entities that parallel what you would see in the traditional sense, but they're in the virtual digital space, blockchain space. And because of how they're created, how they're set up, they give you access to more, right? Most people don't get access to high rates of return. They're not used to that. People are used to getting nowadays 0.05, 0.01% at a bank or at an institution, right? But there are places in space where you can get double-digit rates of return, right? Where you can get, let's just say, multiple double-digit rates of return because of how you set things up, where you park and deploy your cash, right? Because remember, cash is a tool only if you use it as such, because it can also be a tool for your demise if you use it as such.
Yeah, it's all about your motive. You know, what's the purpose for you having the cash you have? Is it just to pay bills? Because unfortunately, a lot of people are doing that. They're going to work with no intention of saying, okay, where am I going with this job? Like, what's the end game? Am I just doing this day in, day out? Is this just a routine? Like, what is the ultimate goal behind the job? Is it just to get a check? Because I'm going to propose to you something. I don't believe you were created to go to school, get a job, and work until you die. I mean, at least that's just my thought. How about you not just exist, but live? So you want to ask yourself, is this your perspective of living by you doing the same routine, going to work, going to school, you know, every day, going to work, coming home, eating dinner, watching an hour of TV, going to sleep, and then doing it again and again and again, the same endless cycle. The same way when, for example, the holidays come around, you get, you know, you see the stores, they start advertising Thanksgiving stuff like pumpkins for Halloween, all this kind of stuff, right? And then Christmas, start putting the Christmas stuff out as soon. And even before Thanksgiving, they had Christmas stuff out some places. But as soon as Thanksgiving is done, boom, Christmas trees is out. You're like, wait a minute, hold on. I ain't even get a chance to breathe. And the Christmas stuff is out. And then they throw deals, marketing ploys and deals saying, oh, this is on sale. But was it really on sale? I want you to think hard about it. Okay?
It ain't on sale if they marked it up. Then you paid for it, and they dropped the price down just to where it was before that anyway. It wasn't on sale if you actually decided to spend money in the first place to get it. just because they gave it to you at a discount when it was not the cost of actually
Ah,
creating it
that
was
is.
far less than what you paid for it.
Come on. Come on. And then think about it this way too. How many of those items did they truly have in the first place? That's number one. Because you'll get to the store and realize for some items, they didn't have a whole lot of it. So you end up thinking, well, where else can I go to find it? Or I'm just going to buy something else anyway. So this consumerism mindset, you need to be thinking, number one, do I need it? Or do I just want it because it's on sale? Here's an example. Here's an example. Many weeks ago, my husband and I, and I know Mr. Taylor does as well, we care about our health, and there are certain supplements that we may take in to aid in that regard. And so one of the supplements that I take is sea moss, right? I consume sea moss, my husband does, and my 2 children. We consume sea moss. And so we ran out like a few weeks ago. We ran out. And I said, I'm wondering if the same place we go to, and we order online, by the way, the same place we order from, whether they're going to have a sale on Black Friday. So I decided, because it's something that we consume every day anyway, I decided to wait. And before I knew it, it was here. Like Black Friday was here. I was like, all right, let me look at it. They had a 50% off deal. And I was able to get 2 for the price of what I would normally want. So now I'm going to get 6 32-ounce jars, mason jars of sea moss for the price of what I would pay for 3. That's smart. And that's wise because it's health related. It's something that we consume every day, and it just makes sense. It's something, it's going to help us to be stronger, but in something that we would need. It's something that's going to impact our health. But if it was just like a pair of shoes, we don't need a pair of shoes right now, extra pair of shoes. Now, I'm nothing against treating yourself. I'm not saying that. But we also make it a priority to build our wealth. And that's happening primarily. That's also happening while we're taking care of our health, or we're using our assets that's making us more money to take care of our liabilities, things that we would want. That's what the wealthy do. They don't take, cash that they need to hire. They put that to work and allow the assets to take care of the things that they really want to do, like the things they want, whether it's an extra car, that's what they do. They'll take the extra and they'll go buy, they'll go get whatever it is they want. But they don't have to have a job to work to keep a roof over their head. That's the place where if you want to be truly wealthy, you don't want to fall into the trap of the holidays, put yourself in a better place. Acquire assets, and we're going to talk about it. We may even drop some stuff in the description area. But acquire assets that will work, put your money to work for you, so that the next time Thanksgiving comes, Lord willing, your money has been working for you for a whole year.
And the key that you're saying, cousin, is management, right? And stewardship. So often, you talked about, we focus on all these other things, and health is very important.
Yes.
Because in order to be able to do what you want to do with the money that you have, you got to stay healthy. Right?
Yeah.
It's all about energy management. What type of things are stimulating and bringing out the energy that you already have? That's what nutrients do. It allows the stuff that's in you to activate.
Yeah.
Right? Just like assets activate, right? You want to put your dollars in places where they activate, and they, you leave the principle and it pays for the lifestyle.
Yes.
About. You want to, and that's and every aspect of principles is a microcosm of others, right? And so you want the same things for your money. You want to be able to have the interest pay for your lifestyle. You want to have the things health wise. You're so healthy that you're able to do what you want to do and have the energy to live the life you want to live. Like we have kids that, they're 11, 12, you got 10, and Dick said I can't even keep up with her kids, right?
Uh-huh.
So, we got young children that are at sports and active,
Yeah.
creatives, all kind of things. So you
Hmm.
need energy. You got a family, you want to have enough energy to not sit there and give them a tablet or phone. You want to be actively doing things with your children.
Yeah.
That requires energy.
Hmm.
Here's the reason why we're doing what we're doing. You want to get money out of the way.
Come on.
So that
Yeah.
you don't even think about money.
Yeah.
That's where, because you know where your seeds have been planted, it's not on rocky ground, it's not on shallow ground where the sun's going to scorch it up, right? As
Hmm.
I eat it back. But it's
Right.
on spaces of places where you know it's good ground, it's going to constantly produce. Here's the
Mhm.
thing, you're either a producer or a consumer. Most people are consumers in life, and they wonder why they get spiritually overweight, why they get financial.
Mm.
It's because they did not position themselves and their money ain't in position to stay in health, right?
Mm.
Then it's not bench pressing, it's not working hard. And
Mm.
remember, when your money does not work, it stops working for you and it gets lazy.
Mm.
Your
Wow.
assets are lazy too. And then you need to
Wow.
take the assets and get them off again.
I got you. I got you. Oh my
It's how
goodness, that is
it's
good.
how it works. And that's
Mm.
what people think about it. And it's all about habits, right? If we're so attuned to sitting back, watching TV,
Hmm.
watching watching the game versus reading and getting this mind right, what are your dollars doing, right? That's why I said principles are a microcosm of who we are, right? If
Hmm.
you're an active person and your money's active, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be active as well. You're gonna be hitting that gym, you
Hmm.
know. Hey, all the people that Dr. Cousin is attached to the I ain't even gonna put our stuff out there. The people that just stay in health, right? I like going to the Y. I do martial arts, stuff like that. But it's things that keep your energy up, keep
Yes.
it moving. If you're not moving, your money's not gonna move, your health's not gonna move, and you're gonna end up being stagnant.
Yes. So you wanna really shift. We've been talking about a lot of this at the church that I'm connected with and affiliated with. There's a shift happening. And so if you want to see yourself in a better space, you and your family, there are going to be things you're going to have to change. When, for example, when this whole pandemic stuff happened, started a few years ago, and then when it started to die down a bit, people had to pivot. And perhaps you may have had to pivot. And so I want to challenge you all, as we're going into this fresh new week, to pivot, to think about how you can pivot how you do things monetarily. Even though pivot and change the way you think about money, change the way you think about the purchases that you have to make so that you don't fall into the holidays cycle. You don't have to feel like you have to buy something because something is on sale or you see an advertising. You don't have to do those things. Don't let media, mass media, global media control what it is that you do. Okay, they only filter certain things out anyway. That's a whole nother stream and conversation. So you want to be in control of your spending. You want to be in control of what you think. Be mindful of what you're consuming through your eye gates and your ear gates, because that's going to drive you. They're like the gates to your soul. It's going to drive you and impact your ability to make decisions. So as we're going into, like, maybe you're thinking, well, where can you start? Where can they start, Mr. Taylor, in terms of, well, if they're going to shift their mindset, you're definitely going to need books. That's just by far the top thing you're going to need. You need to get books that's going to help you to change your mind. Think and Grow Rich. You
That's it.
probably want to start there.
And that's the thing. The key
Yeah.
word is just like the military talks about. You have to slow down and speed up.
Yeah.
You have to slow your life down. We're so used to moving, watching this, watching that, going to bed, like she said, in a routine of things. Slow down. This is the end of the year. This is actually the time to start preparing for next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love this time because I start getting my planners. And me and my
Mm-hmm.
cousin sit down and be like, what kind of planner you getting this year, right?
Right.
We getting $50, $60, $70 planners. We're like, why are you spending so much money on planning? because the amount of time that we spend at the end of the year this year planning for next year will determine what our next year looks like. And it's not going to
Right.
be perfect. It's going to ebb and flow. There are going to be some
Right.
things that happen that you didn't expect to happen. But
Mhm.
guess what? Because you prepared yourself,
Mhm.
when preparation meets opportunity, success is inevitable.
Mhm.
Even if it wasn't what you anticipated, you have to be prepared. And that's the mantra that I've been uh, built on because I'm an Eagle Scout.
Mhm.
So my whole thing is be prepared at all times.
Yes.
Next year will be chaotic for people if you do not prepare yourself. Between the markets, the things
Yeah.
happening abroad, right?
Mhm.
There's going to be shifts happening. You
Mhm.
want to prepare yourself mentally first, and then you want to get your assets in order. And how do you do that? Get back on my self-document night. We've got places and spaces where we place our money and it makes money for us. Like
Yes.
within the last few months, if we told you the amount of money we made in the last month, it would blow your mind.
Mhm.
So it can be done, but you have to put yourself in a position to win. As you know, we play spades, play and win. Stop playing to lose. Too many people are playing to lose because they're watching other people win instead of themselves win. So turn off the, as he would say, the electronic income reducer, right? Myron Golden, right?
Mhm.
Turn that off. The television telling you their vision. Why don't you work on your own vision?
Mm.
This is the time to work on your own vision. So turn things off. Get away from your family.
Yeah.
Away from your friends. Get
Mhm.
quiet. See
Mhm.
vertically what you need to do so that your horizontal can literally change the world.
That's good. That is good. Awesome. So look, I have nothing really to add to that. I don't want to be redundant, but what I will say is definitely reach out, take a look at the information that we're going to add in the description area. Reach out to us for those of you who are ready to take action. You're ready to start to see, even if, and we'll say it this way, you don't need a whole lot of money to start. For those of you who are ready, like if you want to learn and put your money to work at the same time, you don't need a whole lot of money to truly get started. I would venture to say if you can have $33, you can have $100 and put yourself in position where you can start to see your money begin to work for you, or at least getting you access to platforms where you can start to see, what options are available to you, and you can start to put your money to work for you. So I appreciate every single one of you who have been plugging in faithfully. Connect with us, and we'll definitely enjoy going on this journey with you. So until then, Mr. Taylor, any final words before we head out?
No, it's about that time. Don't get caught up in the
Yeah.
holidays
Yeah.
and do what you need to do for yourself and your family. This is the time. The time is now. Take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime, in a lifetime of opportunity. This is the best time in the world for you to secure your bag.
Yes. Let's get this bag. Let's get this bag, everybody. And so thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you all on next Sunday, Lord willing. Take care.